Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to another crochet vlog. If you've seen our last video, we are currently market prepping for a massive market in 2 months. In our last vlog, we ended with making this cute little guy. And earlier yesterday, and today, we finished the blue one. Aww, that's cute. But in this video, we are just going to be crocheting things again. And we're going to keep on working on our checklist, trying to check things off. I'm also probably going to add some things here and there too. I need to add another box for Triceratops because I only planned to make one, but then I liked making it, so I decided to make another one. Anyway, for our next project, what I would like to do right now is work on the Sleeping Dragon pattern by Nooks and Hooks. This pattern has absolutely blown up, gone super viral. Everybody loves it. I am so happy for her and I really want to try it myself. I got the pattern over here in case you're wondering why I keep looking over there. So first we have to figure out color pattern. What kind of dragon do I want? I'm gonna go with green. Always a good choice. We're gonna go with these colors. Alright, so baby girl's sleeping. I don't know how long we will be able to crochet for. It is currently 3 in the afternoon, but we will see what we can do. 2 wings. Already messed up. I had to redo one, but it's fine. We fixed it. We fixed it. An hour and 45 minutes later, we finished. Can't really see this in the camera very good because of this brightness. I don't understand why it's so bright. I think he's really cute. I think I perhaps should have chosen maybe a different color scheme. I don't know. There's just something not sitting right with me on this one. I think I know what the problem is. I don't think the wings should be the same color as the body color. I think if I'm gonna do the wings, they should be a different color. Like maybe a white or something. Whatever would accent the main body color pretty well. I think that's what's bothering me, is that I just don't like that it's all the same color with only one accent color. I think the wings need to be different. This worked out a lot differently. The pattern was a lot different than I expected it to be. Kind of gave balloon animal vibes a little bit when I was making it, and at first as I was going through I was like, this is a lot different than I expected it to be, but it worked out really cool. It was a neat method, so I was really glad to learn that technique of how they did that to get the body to curve and stuff. That's actually really cool. For how long it took though, I don't know if I'm gonna make another one soon. Definitely not making another one right now. Don't have the time. Baby girl is actually still sleeping, which is a miracle. So while she sleeps, we're gonna keep trying to get some more stuff done. We have one sleeping dragon done, and now I gotta figure out what to do next.
Now 2:15 on a Wednesday afternoon, so we have until the 6th.
So next, I think I'm actually gonna work on this massive plesiosaur. I bought yarn for this. I bought tons of skeins of this massive chunky Parfait XL Premier yarn with the intention of doing this project a long time ago, and I've never done it yet. So I think now is a perfect time to do it. I love jumbo plushies. They bring lots of attention to your booth, so might as well get it done. I'm going to use a 9mm hook with this jumbo yarn, and we're going to see how big this thing is actually going to be, because she uses weight 5 yarn and a 4.5mm hook. The only problem is that she ends the rows by slip stitching, and I just don't do that. I always just work in the round, but you attach the legs later, and apparently they might not line up properly if you don't use this method, so I'm gonna try my best to use that method, but I don't want to use that method. Will we finish this today? Absolutely not. We will not have time to finish this today, but we can get started on it and make some progress and hopefully finish it in the near future. You guys, this ball of yarn is going to be the death of me. Probably poor judgment on my part, but I started with a center pull on this, thinking that perhaps we could get lucky. Needless to say, it did not work out. So I decided to cut that yarn and attach to the actual yarn strand on the outside of the yarn ball. And now I have this strange mess going on that I don't know how to untangle, so I'm debating on just cutting it again and reattaching it again. But you guys, I'm annoyed that this should not be the hardest part of my project. But like, look at this! This project is already taking longer than it needs to take because of this stupid ball of yarn. I'm making it worse, but I don't know how to make it better. Alright, I'm just gonna start crocheting. Hopefully this mess will start to decrease in a nice, smooth fashion. So for clarification, it is the next day. We're not on the same day. We are maybe an hour in to our plesiosaur, and this thing is coming out a lot bigger than I kind of anticipated. And without context, it looks a little funny. Not gonna lie. We're still working on the first skein. We have averted the crisis of the tangled mess. We are almost done with this first skein though, and I'm a little worried that I did not get enough yarn. I bought this yarn quite a long time ago. So if I don't have enough and I have to buy more, I'm fairly certain it is not going to be from the same dye lot. We might have a problem. However, I do have 3 more of these skeins left. I think it will finish our plesiosaur. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Here's our progress so far. We have gotten pretty far. We've officially finished our second skein of yarn, and I think that what I got is going to get us to the end. Look at how big, look at how big this thing is already. He needs a tail still. This is going to be a really big project. A lot bigger than I kind of was anticipating in the beginning, but I'm here for it. It's nice. This is also getting considerably harder to crochet. My arm is starting to hurt. We officially finished our third skein, and we're about to open our last one, our 4th one, and look at this thing! Look at how big this thing is! I don't even know if you can hear me all the way over here while I try to fit him in frame. This thing is even bigger than our Phoenix is. The sad part is it's probably going to cost less because it's easier to make than the Phoenix was. At some point while doing the tail, we also stopped doing the slip stitch join method and we just started working in the round because I can't stand that method and it was giving me holes at some places that I would have to go back and fix. Our feet should match up, but I should have just done working in the round the whole time. Honestly, you didn't even need to do the slip stitch thing because I was assuming that like essentially you would work the feet into the project, and I think what's gonna happen is I should really read my patterns, but I'm pretty sure we just make the feet separate and sew them on. So if I have enough common sense, they'll probably go in the right spot. Okay, we are opening up our last skein of Parfait XL, and we are also running out of stuffing. I don't have much left. I did have to order some more today, but it's not going to be here for a while. So after this, we might be working on some clothes because I don't have any stuffing left. It is complete. It is massive. Well, complete-ish. We still have to do the rest of the stuff, but look at this thing. It's like a big old pillow. This was hard. Now we have to do ears, legs, horns, fins, stars, and a tail. That's a lot. Alright you guys, we've run into a bit of a problem. I really thought that one entire skein was going to be enough to finish 2 ears and 4 legs. But all we got done was 2 ears, 2 legs, and almost a third And this is what we have left of our skein. So, I'm in a bit of a pickle here. I don't know what to do. All I need to finish this project is 2 more legs. And this thing is so big. The thing is, I do have this Sweet Snuggles Light, which is the same color as the XL. It's just thinner. It's not Sweet Snuggles Light. I don't know why I said that. Actually, it might be. No, it is. It's Sweet Snuggles Light. Yeah, Sweet Snuggles Light is the same color as the Premier Parfait XL. Problem is that it's much thinner. I need to figure out something that would make it to where the legs come out the same size. I'm thinking maybe I double and decrease the hook size. Let's try 6. We're working with 9. Let's try 6. We'll finish up with what we have left, and then we will try to use Sweet Snuggles Light. Really glad I have that. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. Alright, I'm actually really happy with this. I can't believe that the Sweet Snuggles Light is the same color as the Premier XL. That actually worked out wonderfully. I am so happy because I was about to freak out. Anyway, the only difference is you can kind of tell that it was a little doubled up on the yarn, but really you can't tell. And also, these two are Premier XL and they look a little different in the camera, but it's just the way the light is falling on them because the shadows make it look different. But yeah, so you can tell that it's a little doubled up, but it came out the same size, and we stuck with the 9mm instead of moving down because doubling up those 2 strands kind of came out to the same thickness as the XL. I figured we'd use the same hook and it would come out the same size, and for the most part it did. Now we just need 1 more. Okay, it came out to be the exact same size. They look pretty much identical. The only difference is that the Sweet Snuggles Light is a little bit shinier than the XL, so this one is the Sweet Snuggles Light and this one's XL, so it's a little shinier, a little brighter kind of. But for the most part, they are pretty much identical, and the only real difference is that you can kind of tell that you use 2 strands with this one and this one is 1 strand. But it's pretty much identical. Like, there's not much difference here, and they are the same size. I'm so happy that worked out because I was going to be so upset that I spent so much time on this massive plesiosaur only to not be able to finish by 1 foot. Now we get to move on to the stars, and I got some skeins of this yellow Parfait XL to do the stars. I don't remember how many I got. I've got to make 2 horns, fins, ooh, so much stuff, 8 stars and 8 small stars, and 2 big stars, and then a tail piece. So much stuff. Alright, an hour and a half later we have finished the tail piece. We've got some big stars, some horns, 8 small stars, and we've got some fins over here. We ended with a good amount of yarn left over too, which is probably why I only got 1 skein. Next we need to attach everything, and that's gonna take forever. However, I am doing things a little bit different than she says in the pattern. For the star, she has you stuff it and close it off entirely and then just kind of sew it onto the top of the tail. Man, this thing is heavy. And sew it onto the top of the tail, but I don't really like when it just kind of sits on the top like that. So what I did was leave it open, and I'm going to add the stuffing, but then sew the star onto the end of the tail so that it covers the whole thing, as opposed to just closing it entirely and just setting it on top. After we do that, we have all of this other pile of stuff to add. Oh, this is gonna take forever. a very long time later. I think it's been like 2 hours, you guys. I don't know. I can't keep track. I've been working on this since like 9:30 and it's almost 2 o'clock right now. Everything is all sewn on to our plesiosaur. So she's got all of her stars. I am having a few second thoughts with these eyes because, like, I don't know. In the camera, it looks okay, I suppose. This side looks better than this side, I guess. I might have to try to redo the other side, but they're supposed to be sleeping eyes, and I don't know how I feel about it. I think in the camera, like I said, from a distance, I think it works. It looks good, but maybe I'm just like staring at it too much and it's just not looking right. I don't know. I think it does give that like sleepy eye vibe like she has in hers, but I don't know. Either way though, this took forever. This took an eternity and it's so big. Our little sleeping plesiosaur. I'm actually really glad I finished this project. I have spent probably 10 hours on this. Let's see. 10, 11, 12, 1. I spent 4 hours alone today finishing it up, and I'm pretty sure I spent 4 or 5 hours working on the body. So yeah, I'm gonna say 10 hours. I spent 10 hours on this project. Alright, well, on to something else. So moving on to new things, I still really want to make the little Matchbox pets. If you've seen my previous vlog, you know that I was trying to get to them eventually, but I just didn't have the acrylic yarn that I wanted to use for it. And I actually recently watched a video of someone doing mini axolotls in a very thin velvet yarn. So I was actually going to try using my axolotl pattern that I have in this super thin loops and threads skinny chenille yarn. It is so small. So I feel like using that compared with this, honestly I don't know the brand of this, but it's equally as small, so it'll be a good accent color for the axolotl. But I think using that and that with a 4mm hook, we might be able to get a small enough mini axolotl to fit in the box to do our Matchbox pets, and it will probably go a lot faster than using the original pattern that they have for the axolotls, just because it just looks like it's so involved. And I want it to take as less time as possible so that it can be as affordable as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and print the box first just so we can see what size we're working with, and then we will make our axolotl. Okay, first off, my printer sucks. I don't know what's going on with the darn thing, but now I have to manually feed the paper through. Half the time it doesn't even catch. I can only do one paper at a time. I don't know what's wrong with it. It just won't grab the paper that is sitting in its paper tray. I don't know what happened. I hate printers, you guys. It took probably 20 minutes to do a 2-minute job because of that. And these little boxes are looking a lot smaller than I thought they were going to. So these are the inner trays. This is essentially the length and width of what we have to work with for the box. So this is about as big as our little mini axolotl can be. A lot smaller than I anticipated, but I'm super excited. I think I'm gonna size down as well, not do a 4mm. I might do like a 3.5. We finished our mini axolotl. First of all, look at this adorableness. Look at how cute! Oh, it's so cute! I'm not really sure if it's gonna fit in the box. We're gonna have to make the box and see. This box is adorable. Look at how cute. I still have to put it together, but it's adorable. It's so tiny. I know it was called Matchbox Pets, and I still didn't even put together the fact that like Matchboxes are really tiny. So it makes sense why they're small boxes. But for some reason in my head, I was kind of thinking they were a little bit bigger than that. That was my own fault though. Our box is finished. Adorable. Love it. Moment of truth. Our little axolotl fits. Look at that. Look at how adorable this is. Put some unique likes on there and toss it in the box. And I may or may not make a little pet to go with it. I might have gone a little crazy with the Matchbox pets. So far, we have our one completed one. Adorable little Matchbox pet. I filled out her card. So her name is Poppy, and she likes butter biscuits and shiny pebbles. How about that? Poppy. Isn't that cute? I love that. Thought about looking on Amazon maybe for some like cute little trinket, some kind of like mini animal to toss in there with it and let it be and have it be the pet, so that I don't have to crochet something, which would make this cost more because I have to invest more time in it. But I was also kind of thinking how that might be a choking hazard, so I might just kind of leave it with the pet. But so far that's the only one we actually have completed in terms of the actual crochet animal that goes inside. Then we have these empty boxes. I made 6 total. 2 of them have girl names, and then 4 of them have boy names, so that it's not just all girl axolotls. So that gives us 7 Matchbox pets. They aren't finished though, and I have to make 6 more to go with them. If I want to do the boy ones though, I probably shouldn't do it in pink. And I'm pretty sure I've got a thin blue yarn back there, so I should be able to make a blue one for them. Will I do that now though? I probably should. Perhaps I should finish them. I will finish them. We will do that now. So that took longer than I thought it was going to, just to make one. I actually ended up modifying the pattern just a little bit more. So this is the original one, and this is our next one, our modified one. I modified it to make it just a little bit smaller because I felt like this one might just be a little bit too long. So I just took maybe two or three rounds out of it to shorten him up, and I think the proportions match him a lot better for being so mini and tiny. His feet look a little close together, but in terms of it being mini, I think that that's better than possibly this one. I mean, this one's still cute. He just seems a little long to me when it's shrunken down into like a mini version. So I think that this one is the one that we're going to keep. But definitely let me know in the comments what you think, if I'm making a good choice or a bad choice. I think it's a good choice, but I don't know. So this is how the original one fits in the box. He's actually kind of perfect for it. And then this one is our mini one, and there is some room for a little pet or accessory. I also think that shrinking him up just a little bit, just taking those 2 rounds out, makes it go even that much faster. And the faster we can get this done, the cheaper we can offer this product. Because right now, I'm kind of sitting at like 12 bucks, which might sound like a lot for something this small. I would like it to be cheaper than that, so I need to try and make this faster if possible, without losing the quality and the cuteness. This one is Lily, and she likes lemon drops and splashing in puddles. Cute. We were able to finish one more of our little axolotls. And this one is Ella, who likes cherries and cloud watching. You probably can't see that. Camera doesn't want to focus, but I tried doing one in this blue, which is the same weight as the pink, but I just don't have like a dark blue to go with it to do the frills. I tried to do an acrylic yarn with it, but it's just so fuzzy and it doesn't look good. Baby girl's playing in the background, by the way, so. We have 4 empty boxes that I want to do the boy axolotls, but I'll either have to find another yarn that's thin enough to go with them, or I might just have to make more girl ones and that'll be it. Anyway though, I think this is going to be the end of this vlog and this market prepping. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Check out channel memberships for exclusive videos, vlogs, early access to videos, new tutorials, and plenty of other extras. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.